Hey, Tony Guys is here. Now, something I seen online, it inspired this, and it was amazing to see. It was an older gentleman, and a guy was asking him, like, hey, what is the most money you've ever made in a year? And I put it in my story on Instagram. He said $6 million. And the guy was asking him questions. And one of the questions he asked him, he said, what have you done differently than other people because you found success? And his answer, the first thing he said, I'm faithful to my wife and to my family. And he said something else, and I can't remember anything else he said after that. And the reason why is because that resonated with me so greatly. And that is the one secret I want every man to get. Because a lot of people don't understand what it is to be a millionaire. And some people think it's just money. But if you have $1 million, or if you can make $1 million in a year, but you don't have character, then you have nothing. And you can look at men who have made millions, but because of their lack of character, they got into things that they should not have been in, and they lost it all. Or right now, at this very moment, we know celebrity men, and you may know men who aren't celebrities in your city, who are losing it all because of their choices. And their choices might not even be choices around like crime. It might be choices with women, choices with their lifestyle behind closed doors. And what I want every man who watches this to understand is that there is a key to being faithful to one woman. And this is not for clout. This is not for publicity. This is not for anything. But people get this so wrong, because money is one of the easiest things you're going to do. It's not as hard as people make it. But when you can be 100% faithful to one woman, that's when you discover everything in you. And this is something that single men don't realize, because a lot of single men are into illicit activity on their cell phone or on their laptop, or where they go in person, in public, and what they pay for from women to do behind closed doors. And what those things represent, what those actions represent, is taking shortcuts. And when you take shortcuts, you get cut short. Also, what those actions represent is instant gratification. It also represents power, control, domination. It feeds the ego. But when you learn how to be faithful to one woman, you develop discipline in the dark. And when you develop discipline in the dark, you create a freedom that is known to very few men. So that even though I'm in a hotel room alone, I'm faithful to my wife. Meaning, I can go downstairs and I can talk to one of the ladies that's at the bar. They're single women working behind the counter. I can go and shoot my shot at them, get their phone number, keep in touch with them. When I'm in and out of town, build with them. I can probably buy something nasty to watch on my television, or I can pull it up on my phone or my computer. But by developing discipline in the dark, it unlocks the mind. And when the mind is unlocked, you tap into other parts of your brain, that you did not know exist. And your ideas are plenty. You are flooded with ideas and ways to create, because the energy that you would give to illicit and inappropriate behavior, you channel that creativity. You channel that part of your brain. You channel that energy, and you create like never before. It's unreal. It is unreal what happens. You unlock parts of you that you did not know exist. Your mind goes to a level that you did not know was possible. And it's crazy because I'm with my son. He's in another hotel room, which may not make sense to a lot of people, but I like my own space. I'm doing this, working in my purpose. I gave him his own space. He's playing a video game tonight. We're on another continent pursuing his dream to be a professional football player, soccer player, call it football, in the continent we're in. He's 16, he'll be 17 in a couple months. We were sitting down having dinner, and he started a company a couple weeks ago. I started the concept, but I let him name the company and get the .com. And it can be a multi-million-dollar company. It one day can be a billion-dollar company. And we were sitting and we were talking, and I was like, okay, here's your product. We're sitting, we're having dinner. If you had to market your product in the setting of a restaurant, what would you do? He's like, I don't know. We're in a restaurant. Like, what? Like, how would I market this in a restaurant? Like, how would I market this? And before I even finished asking him the question, I already had the concept for the commercial. And I told him, and he started laughing. And it was just so it seemed like it doesn't make sense. And then I gave him another concept and another concept and another concept. And I'm doing this on the phone with my clients. And they're like, how are you thinking of all this stuff? Like, how did you just make me a millionaire in one call? Like, how did you do this? Like, how did you lay out an entire business? And the way that I'm able to do it is because I'm faithful to my wife. But see, a small mind thinks that type of clarity comes from being faithful. It's not just the act of being faithful. It's what faithfulness represents. See, faithfulness represents discipline. It represents dedication. It represents focus. It represents selflessness. It represents humility. It represents self-love. It represents honesty, loyalty, trust. See, when you put all of those ingredients together, all of those things create faithfulness. When you put all of that together, it is impossible to fail at life. It is impossible. But guess what? If you cannot be faithful, failure is inevitable. You will fail. You will fall flat on your face. You will be embarrassed. You will be exposed, and you will be destroyed. You will lose it all. Because to cheat means that you are a liar, that you are selfish, that you are greedy, that you are a deceiver, you are a manipulator. You hate yourself. You hate the person you're with. And those are strong words, and you don't want to use it, and you don't want to see it that way, but that's truly what it is. To be a cheater means you are a loser. So everything that you gain, everything that you earn, it's only temporary. Because the only thing that can sustain success is character. And until you have character, you have nothing. And what I want you to understand is, it may be easy for a man to say be faithful, and being faithful is easy if he's never lived another lifestyle. That's not my story. I have been with over 100 women before I was 21. And that's the God's heaven's truth. I was a liar, a womanizer, a deceiver, a manipulator. I did not love myself, and so I was incapable of loving a woman. But when I turned over a new leaf and I did a 180 in my life, and I decided that I wanted to be a man of character, I decided that I wanted to see what I could achieve if I could be trusted, if I could be faithful. Now, being faithful doesn't make you perfect. It doesn't mean you have it all figured out. It just means you're on the right path. You going the right way. You still have to learn how to manage money, how to handle success, how to treat people outside of your woman. You still have to learn how to bridle your ego, how to die out to self, meaning not being selfish. You still have a lot of lessons to learn, but you're on the right path. So I challenge you, if you're single, be faithful to yourself, meaning cut out pornography, cut out masturbation, cut out the strip club, cut out fornication, cut out those things, and be faithful to yourself. If you're in a relationship, be 100% faithful to your woman. No emotional cheating in the DM. No emotional cheating at work. No emotional cheating online or at the strip club. Cut out pornography. Cut out masturbation. Cut out the lying, the manipulating, the deceiving, and the cheating. Cut it out completely. You're going to develop a discipline and a strength that is only known to few men. And the reason why I say few men is because it's billions of us. But when you look around and you talk to a lot of men, not for the comments, not for the sake of the comments, not for the sake of arguing, not for the lies and the clout chasing and the comment keyboard warriors, but when you really talk around to men and you really get to know men, the ones that you meet who have developed the discipline to be faithful, you will notice that they have unlocked a key to freedom, to true peace, and to true prosperity. And it's the key to life. And then from that space, you're able to create anything you set your mind to. You have complete freedom. And you can do what you want to do. And you can achieve what you want to achieve. And although it's a journey, and although you're still going to make financial mistakes and relational mistakes and friendship mistakes, you still have the character to overcome, to win, to keep going, to learn, to grow. And success is inevitable. But if you cannot do that, you won't be able to do anything for long. So I'm challenging you. If you want to go to that next level in your life, learn how to be faithful to yourself. And then if you have a woman, learn how to be faithful to her. And watch what happens. This is Tony Gaskins. God bless you. We'll talk soon.